In what way does your media product use, develop and challenge forms and conventions of real media products? The two films which I have analysed are Paranormal Activity and Insidious. For each of these films I have analysed the poster, websites and the trailer. The first product which I am going to discuss is the trailer. Throughout making my trailer there are conventions from them which I have analysed that I have used in my own product, and these are things which I challenged and altered, and other conventions which I developed and made completely my own. Firstly, I am going to discuss conventions within my trailer that have been used from the trailers I had previously watched and analysed. The first shot in my trailer was establishing the location and showing the audience the house where the film is going to be set. This is the first shot in both my own trailer and the Paranormal Activity and Insidious trailer. Within my trailer and the Paranormal Activity and Insidious trailer, they both show the equilibrium of everything being normal at the beginning. Within Paranormal Activity, both characters are shown to be researching something going on within the house, but show a peaceful setting of them both being in bed. Insidious, the family are shown to be a stereotyped family and show that everything is normal within their house. The equilibrium in my trailer is the two characters being shown in bed, following the supernatural genre which is shown in Paranormal Activity. Equilibriums are conventional to stand out. This is supporting Todorow's theory that at the beginning everything is normal, and then towards the middle everything becomes quicker and it displays the disruption. This is a common feature which is included hybrid genre films, such as the subgenre of possession and supernatural. As I just stated, within every film or trailer there is always a disruption shown. Within the Paranormal Activity trailer, the couple wake up to find that they have got footprints on the floor. This is representing that something strange is going on in the house. This use of disruption was also used in my own trailer, as I feel as it is a good way of creating an enigma, as it leaves the audience wondering what is going on around the house. The disruption which was used in the Insidious trailer was that the child becomes terminally ill for a long amount of time, for the family to then discover that something very strange is happening to their child. Film trailers include captions. These are shown to create excitement and to create narrative. They can also be used to create an enigma. Within the Paranormal Activity trailer, most of the captions which have been used are reviews which have been quoted from Box Office or a newspaper. The use of other people's opinions are seen as being used as a marketing technique. Within my trailer, most of the captions which have been used are reviews, as I was following the conventions which were used in the Paranormal Activity trailer. An example of a caption that is used is one of the scariest movies of all time. Within Insidious, the captions which are used are just the two words, "Insidious is." Throughout both Paranormal and Insidious, both of the trailers' speed quickens up in the middle, as it builds excitement and tension, and also shows the use of montage editing. This supports the disequilibrium and is used in most trailers, especially of the horror genre. Therefore, this convention was also used in my trailer. Within my trailer, the female character follows the typical stereotype, which females are labelled as being scared and vulnerable, which is what the female character in my trailer is displayed as. Although I use this from both of the trailers which I analyse, this feature is often included in many horror trailers. The representation of demons being included in both of the films that I analysed, I have also used in my own trailer, as it follows the specific choice of the supernatural genre. Within Paranormal Activity, it displays the female character being the one who becomes possessed, although within Insidious, it is the male who becomes possessed. Within my trailer, the male character is the one who becomes possessed, which could be challenging the conventions of the typical supernatural genre. Because of the chosen genre of horror, the low-key lighting which I have used supports this and creates the atmosphere more instantly to display to the audience what the genre of the trailer is. Low-key lighting was also included within the trailers which I analysed. This displayed to be that this lighting is common within many horror trailers to portray the atmosphere. The shot types which I used were less common, as I used handheld cinematography. I feel that this way of displaying my trailer is more authentic and scary. This was also the way the shot types were presented in Paranormal Activity trailer, as the trailer is also the characters researching something in the house as well as my own. Insidious didn't use handheld cinematography, as the subgenre is different, and the shot types which are more appropriate are the use of a tripod, as it looks more professional and more set, rather than recording what is going on themselves. In the Paranormal Activity trailer, the title of the film and the release date is displayed at the end of the trailer, whereas in the Insidious trailer the title is shown throughout the entire trailer, although the release date is shown at the end. Displaying the release date at the end of the trailer is also conventional. In my own trailer I displayed the title and the release date at the end, following conventions which were displayed in the Paranormal Activity trailer. Conventions which I have developed from the two trailers are positioning captions within the middle of my montage editing, and the use of rhetorical questions such as "what happens next?" to create an enigma for the audience to make them want to watch the film. In the Paranormal Activity trailer, the captions are shown towards the beginning of the disequilibrium, and there is no use of rhetorical questions. An example of a caption which is used in the trailer is "so frightening." In the Insidious trailer, no captions are used other than the title of the film being repeatedly displayed. Conventions which I had seen in the two trailers I analysed and challenged are: I didn't show any characters being injured or scarred, whereas within the Paranormal Activity, the female character was shown to have a large bruise on her back. In the Insidious trailer, the young male is shown to be unwell, and there is also a display of blood within the trailer. Another convention which I challenged was that within my trailer no children were shown, or any representation of family were shown. Within the Insidious trailer there are a lot more characters which were displayed. This could be because I didn't do the exact same subgenre that Insidious is, whereas I followed the supernatural paranormal genre. Within my trailer and the Paranormal Activity trailer, all the sound which was used was diegetic sound, whereas Insidious displayed some non-diegetic sound. I don't feel voiceovers would have been relevant for my trailer, as the characters were recording themselves. The second product which I'm going to discuss is the poster. Some conventions which I used are the main image which I used was displayed in the middle of the page and was also made to be the biggest feature on the page, as I feel that it is one of the main attractions on the poster. I positioned it in the same place and made the image the same size with the same shot type as the image which was displayed on the Paranormal Activity poster. I used these ideas as I felt the image looked effective on the Paranormal Activity poster. Both of the characters were made to look very isolated, which is why the location of the room is made very clear to the audience. I also developed the typical camera style on my main image and included the record button and the battery symbol. The Insidious poster included the child on his own, as he is the main character within the film and the one who firstly becomes possessed. This is different to my own poster, as only one character is displayed and the image dominates the entire space on the poster. The low-key lighting which was used on both the Paranormal Activity poster and the Insidious poster I thought looked very effective, as it instantly portrays the genre and adds a scary effect to the image, which is why I also displayed low-key lighting on my poster. I displayed the release date towards the bottom of the page. I feel that this is an important convention which should be displayed on the poster. The release date was displayed on the Insidious poster, but not on the Paranormal Activity poster. The layout which I created had a very similar layout to the poster which was used for the Paranormal Activity. The use of quotes being used at the top rather than narrative structure. This is used as a good marketing technique. Whereas on the Insidious poster there is no use of quotes or narrative structure. It just displays from the makers of Saw and Paranormal Activity, which is also an effective marketing technique. The institutional logos have been included on both of the posters, which are why I have included them on mine. This is a good marketing technique also, when the audience are familiar with the institutional logos which are displayed. Features which my two analysed films have in common are the use of taglines such as "Don't see it alone." These are directly aimed at the audience, and these taglines are also used to create an enigma. Because of this, I also included two taglines on my poster. The house style which has been used on the Paranormal Activity poster I have strongly reflected on my own, as I think the colours red and black instantly portray the genre and connote fear and disruption. The image and the house style which I used on my poster strongly represented the genre to my audience, the same as the two posters which I analysed. I feel this because this is what the Paranormal Activity poster displayed, which is also from the supernatural genre. The colours can also represent narrative structure. The colours which were used on the Insidious poster were white and red. This could connote to the audience a ghostly effect, but at the same time also represent red as showing danger within the film. The mise-en-scène which is shown on the image for the Paranormal Activity poster I felt was the best way to portray the genre of my trailer to the audience. On the Paranormal Activity poster image, the two characters are displayed as being in bed, in the surroundings of their bedroom, with facial expressions of confusion, and both characters look scared, which is exactly why I want to display within my poster image. Whereas the mise-en-scène used on the Insidious poster is completely different. This is because of the difference within subgenre. This poster displayed a young boy who matched the typical stereotype of a young boy, although the eyes, which have been edited to look very scary, represents to the audience that he isn't a normal young boy. The direct eye contact which has been used by the image on the Insidious poster can also make the characters feel intimidated and instantly portrays the genre on the poster. Conventions which I have developed are the title which has been used on the Paranormal Activity poster. I have positioned my title in the same place underneath my main image, as I feel that this position can represent importance. On the Insidious poster, the title was displayed towards the bottom of the page, presented with very plain typography. This could be because of the dominating picture which has been included on this poster. The typography font which I used on my poster could also link with the handheld camera effect. The red typography could connote blood and horror instantly to the audience. This could also be supported by the black background that is used. The reason for my chosen title is because I think it is relevant and portrays the film's narrative very well. Conventions of the poster which I have challenged to make the products my own are the image which has been used on the Insidious poster is a different size and has been positioned differently with a different shot type. It also has been displayed to cover the entire poster, which shows a lack of colours being used, whereas the image which I have used only covers half of the poster. The house style for this poster is also completely different, as the background hasn't been filled with a colour. Instead, the background of the poster is a location shot showing the picture of the house in the background. The title on this poster has also been positioned differently. The billing block has been displayed on the website, and I haven't displayed a billing block on my poster, although I have displayed one on my website. The final feature which I have challenged is on the Insidious poster. It displays the cast members' horror in the film, whereas on my poster I haven't displayed any cast members. This could suggest that the film is a low-budget film. The final product which I'm going to discuss is the website. The first convention which I used from the websites that I had previously analysed is I have used a very similar navigation bar to the one which was included on the Insidious website. This is used so that the audience can navigate themselves around the page to different parts of the site. I have positioned my navigation bar in a similar place to where it is on the Insidious website also. The navigation bar which has been displayed on the Paranormal Activity website is also shown in a list format, although it is more towards the top of the page, which could indicate on this website it has more importance. The house style which I have used on my website is exactly the same to the house style that I used on my poster, which is following what I analysed on the Paranormal Activity products. This is to show consistency and to also display that the poster and the website are from the same brands. To support this, I have also used the same main image on the website, again to show consistency. On my own website, I have also used the same institutional information, which has been included on the Insidious website and positioned in the same place towards the bottom of the page. On the Paranormal Activity website, no institutional information has been displayed. although to challenge the conventions of this genre, the toolbar where I included the social networking site logos has been positioned in the same place to where it was on the Insidious website, just below the main image. This could be labelled as a synergy, as it is advertising other companies and persuading the audience to use these sites. No toolbar has been displayed on the Paranormal Activity website. Another convention which I have used from the Paranormal Activity website and the Insidious website is the use of taglines. This is to entice the audience. Conventions of the website which I have developed on my own website is I have included a release date, which is displayed just below the trailer in the same format that it was displayed on my poster, whereas the Paranormal Activity website does not include a release date, as the Paranormal Activity website has very little detail at all. A release date has been displayed on the Insidious website. This is shown just below the main title, and this could be to represent importance. I have used more conventions from the Insidious website on my own website. I wanted to include more detail as I feel that it looks more effective. Conventions which I've challenged on my website is that on neither of the websites that I analysed there was a trailer included on my main page without having to use the navigation bar, whereas on my website the trailer dominates the main image. I've done this because I think the trailer is a very important key feature and is a good way of enticing the audience to go and view the film. The layout of my website does not match either of the websites that I analysed. This could be because on my website I've included a trailer. I feel the trailer is better to be embedded on the homepage of the website as it can be easily accessed.